See you, Kat. Today is read-through day, so just a way to start early again. The wind has died down now, so hopefully it stays that way. So get down, check everyone, feed everyone. We won't bother bedding because obviously they'll be getting rumbled a bit anyway, so we'll bed them after. Yeah, let's get going. So we've got spring cows all out eating here. I'm just filling these trailers for the autumn cows, and then the mixer wagon is going for the autumn cows up the top. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. The idea of these boards is that it keeps the silage to the cows, so they're sloping down, so it acts like a wee bit of a bunker, but we obviously don't have bunkers, so we just use the feed trailers instead. But same idea, just so they can always reach the silage and then they don't push it away from them. Storm has passed. Thankfully we weren't hit badly, we were sort of above it, but we've got strong winds today, and as you can see all the ewes are up sheltering in through the winds. So all spring cows get their Rotavac corona jabs today, so yep, we give our cows a COVID jab. This is similar to Heptavac in the sense that it gets passed through the colostrum into the unborn calf. Gets passed through the colostrum into the calf once it's born. So we jab them sort of that 4 to 6 weeks out from calving. So they are all getting that today. It is much easier. It's a case of fill the race, then Bob the vet will come and walk along, feel all their individual necks, and if there's any that have wee raised lumps, that's an indication that there could be what's called a reactor. So he would then measure their skin again and see how much it had raised from the measurement that he took before he jabbed them. So I think it's fine if the top one is raised, but I think it's the bottom one is the concerning one. So yeah, obviously we don't want any lumps, and from my understanding from speaking to people is that it's quite obvious if there's a reactor. Normally it is quite a big lump. So yeah, hopefully we won't have anything and we will all be okay. So everyone say hello to me here. Hello kiddos. Hello. 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 Also PD'd all of these heifers here that have been running with our old Limousin bull. So these are the heifers that will be calving in sort of August to October this year. So semi-successful. Unfortunately we have 2 that are empty currently, and the rest of them are all well in calf, so they're sort of anywhere between 9 to 12 weeks. So whether it's been, you know, they're not holding because he's obviously been working, or there's been too many of them coming at once for him because he is 11 years old now. So yeah, so currently standing, I mean, he is obviously still in, so they could be just 2-3 weeks in calf, so we will recheck them and make sure, but at the moment we have 2 currently not in calf, otherwise these ones are well in calf. Then race by race we get them checked, spring cows get their jab, and then they all get let out. But this cow thought she was getting held again, so she was just patiently waiting, not realising that she could just go straight out. Come on, keep going. Get out. Making sure that the spring cows are taking their time and not getting rushed, because obviously we don't want them to bash their bellies. And look at all those lovely clean tails that Davy has done. So I'm trying to keep track of that, so Bob will tell me the tag number again, and then I'll write it beside what it's been raised by. I don't think there's been many, a couple more there. So as long as it's the top one, we're okay. If it's the bottom one, then I'm not sure how much you get. It has to be within like three or four maybe sizes up from what it measured before, so yeah, you don't get a lot of play. Nearly finished spring cows, then it's on to the 2 big batches of autumn and the autumn heifers. Fingers crossed.
Actually measure this one.
So that one's got a slight raise on the top again. 906. She 13. Just like that, the autumn heifers all go clear. They are happy about it too. Spring herd, all clear. Now for the autumn herd. Fingers crossed. First batch autumn, all clear. Heifers all clear. Now you see the top category, and hopefully they will be all clear. So far, it's positive. What a relief. So just putting the autumn house back up now. That is such a weight off of our minds. Clear for another year. Happy days. I should probably say in Scotland, obviously, for TB testing, it's normally every 4 years because Scotland is TB free. Now, because we run such a high percentage of Irish cattle in our herd still, that means that we're tested annually because Ireland is not TB free. So what used to happen, when I first came home from Ireland, they would be tested before they came and have a standstill period in Ireland. We would then put them to isolation, where they would stay for they would stay there until after calving, to be honest. But they were in their isolation period, and then once they'd been home here for 60 days, we then had to test them again here. So they got tested again, and then, as I say, they still stayed in their own batch until after calving. But we would then have to test all our cows annually. So we've always done it in January, as far as I'm aware. And then that allows us to jab the autumn cow and the spring cows with their rotabeck, tidy up their tails and check all the cows' tags. So it works quite well. It's something we have to do anyway, so we have to pick a time of year that we want to do it. And obviously all the cows are inside for winter, and if we were to do it in springtime, then the autumn cows would be close to calving and everything would be outside, so we'd be taking everything inside when your sheds are nice and clean, etc. So Mum and Dad came up with the decision it was going to be January. So, and it's also a bit quieter time of year for us before we hit lambing and calving. Anyway, so in case people are wondering why we're testing annually, it's because we are such a high percentage of Irish cattle. When we get to a low percentage, which is obviously going to be a few years yet, and I'm not sure what that percentage is, then hopefully, all being well, we will then go to every 4 years. But for the next wee while, we're going to be annually. So yeah, that's just the way it is. That's the decision we decided to take when we continued to buy Irish cattle. But yeah, as I say, our herd is super healthy because they get tested all the time. So we're always making sure that there's nothing underlying in that sense. Anyway, just thought I would explain it a wee bit because I know some people have probably asked or wondered why are we doing this annually. Trust me, we don't want to, but we have to. So that is that. Absolutely delighted, obviously, to have a clear test. It has been a very stressful week, to say the least. But yeah, I'm clear again for another year. So I am just bedding up all the cattle courts now. Just didn't do it this morning, obviously. Because we knew that we'd be running through them and they would just waste it. It would be pointless. So yeah, just bedding top cattle court at the moment, and then I'm going to go home, and I think I'm going to have a celebratory gin and tonic. Thanks as always for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a bit of the side of TB testing, and yeah, as always, if anyone has any questions at all, please do let me know in the comments, and I will try and answer them as best I can. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this one. See